Mic check. Are we good? Let me double check. Whoa! Mic works? Okay, good. Whew. Sorry, I'm playing some Neo 2 while I was waiting for 12 o'clock to come around. But hey, how's everyone doing? Don't pardon the hair. It's gotten really curly. This is what happens when my hair grows out. It gets really curly. And I washed it. I took a shower and everything. So I'm pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and check this page and see if we got the new chapter up today. I don't have too busy of a day today. All I have is just today's reaction for the new My Hero chapter and my reflections on the One Piece chapters. We only have 2 chapters this week, 2 chapters this month because of all the delays and all the breaks that we've been getting. So we only got 2 chapters of One Piece to go over after I'm done with My Hero, but My Hero is first, so we'll go through that. Plus, I got to prepare for me playing through The Last of Us tomorrow, going through that game until leading up to The Last of Us Part 2. Cody Brooks, Karma, first name, last name, what if AMHA, and everyone who is here right now. What is going on, everybody? It's good to see you all. Good to see everyone. All are staying safe out there. But gotta wait for this page to refresh so we can get this chapter. It says new chapter coming in half an hour, but we all know that sometimes when a chapter comes out at 12 o'clock, we usually gotta wait like a couple of minutes in order for it to actually pop up on the page. So just gotta wait on that real quick. I'm gonna keep refreshing the page because it's chapter 273, and I can't wait to read it. Like, the last chapter was amazing. It was terrifying, but it was amazing. So I really want... Viz, if you don't mind, I have people waiting only. If you would be so kind as to release this chapter. I'm changing accents mid-sentence. If you'd be so kind as to release this chapter as quickly as possible, it would be very good for my viewers if we could read this chapter, please. Please. Tokoyami, what's going on? We're waiting on Viz to update the site with this new chapter. There we go. Chapter 273. Let me go ahead and mute my game and actually pause it. That's one thing I like about this Neo game, is that you can actually pause it. The only Souls type game where you can pause. So let me go ahead and mute that. So last we left off, Shigaraki wakes up, says I'm cold, kills Exless, and pretty much decimates the entire city block, multiple city blocks, and disintegrates everything. Can you not? I'm in the middle of something here, thank you. Proceeds to decimate and destroy the hospital, multiple heroes, such as Crust, who gave his life to make sure that Aizawa survived, decimates the most of the mountain range behind the hospital, and multiple blocks accompanying that entire epicenter. And in the midst of that, a game where you can't pause shouldn't exist. Tell that to the makers of Dark Souls. But he takes the Cape of Exless to keep himself warm, and that is before he destroys everything, and everyone is running for their lives. And the last thing we see is Midoriya using a shoot style to deflect some debris or some decay away while he's telling everyone to run away. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. So, first page we have Midoriya using shoot style, sends a shockwave in the direction of where the decay is starting to break everything down. In the second panel here, it's literally breaking down every single building. It spreads like a virus, like a decaying virus. And it's just spreading over everything. Not just areas Shigaraki has touched, but pretty much it spreads on its own. And it can't it won't stop unabated. But then we see that the shockwave goes right. The shockwave that Midoriya shoots out goes right into where the decay goes, but that doesn't stop it because it continues to break everything down. Uraraka says, that didn't stop it. It's not just some kind of shockwave. And we see even more things happening because everything is literally crumbling to dust. Everything's crumbling to dust, says Asui, and Midoriya's looking on. And he remembers Shigaraki had him by the throat all those days ago. The second all 5 of my fingers touch your neck, your throat will start crumbling from the skin inward. You turn to dust in under a minute. It's Shigaraki! Then we have Shoto using heaven-piercing ice wall, and then he throws it up in order to block it. And I can't tell if it's enough, though, because all the buildings in this massive panel, all the buildings are falling over. So I don't know if it's the result of Todoroki, of Shoto's quirk doing all that, or it's because all the buildings are just literally crumbling to dust around them. But then Burnin just looks at everyone. She says, run, people! Bakugo has multiple people in hand. Like, he literally has people in his teeth using his quirk to fly away. Then Uraraka has people. Asui has people. What's up at the hospital? Somebody please respond! Endeavor! Ryukyu! Anyone! There's so much going on. Nejiro's using her quirk. Ida's using his quirk to run. Koda's running. Everyone's running. Midoriya's straight up using his black web quirk. He's using his black web quirk to not only carry multiple people, but a whole bus. Yo, Midoriya, they got strong quick. All right, here it is. Chapter 273, The Thrill of Destruction. Oh my goodness. The devastation, it is like a tsunami of destruction. Like in this one panel where the title reads out. Good Lord. And then as the dust, all we see is Shigaraki standing by himself. He's literally standing in the only place that has not been touched. Like you remember when Law, Doflamingo, and Fujitora faced off on the beach of Greenbit in One Piece, and they both used their powers when Fujitora sent a meteor down, and the only place left untouched was the place that they were standing on in the middle of a gigantic crater. That's pretty much the thing for Shigaraki. The only place that is not touched is where he was standing. Everything else, for all accounts, everything around him is gone. And the air is filled with nothing but dust and particles. Good Lord, what did the doctor do to him? And he's the only area that wasn't touched was, remember a couple of chapters ago when there was a machine that Exilus looked at and says, I should probably destroy that machine. That's the only thing that survived around Shigaraki. There's nothing else. Nobody else. And he's just silence. And then he picks up like a little capsule, which pretty much looks, oh, let me read this. Darn. After the doc went to all that trouble to make more of them are now ruined. Overhaul would be so disappointed. So apparently these are the capsules that have the quirk erasing drugs in them that Dharma was working on. But apparently a lot of them got destroyed. So what that machine was something to make more. And then there's a throb in the back of his head. Destroy, as in to say destroy. And it makes note that this is the same hand that Redestro destroyed during their fight in Deka City, because he's missing his thumb, his index finger, and his middle finger. So, but he still has his entire right arm, which lets him touch everything else. Sweet. Guess I can choose when to make stuff decay now. Oh boy. So, since his memories have fully awakened, he no longer has to worry about fully handling things and they just decay on instant. He's gained full control of his decay quirk now, which means he can touch anything he wants to and choose whether to decay it or not. His handicap is gone! Seems like things aren't looking good for us. But the plan was supposed to start right after I woke up, right? And he says this after he picks up a phone. To me, Makia, and bring the others. This is when we destroy everything. Oh, yo, Gigantomachia lights up. His eyes literally look like they're shining or exploding. But apparently this is the communicator that All For One used in order to talk to Gigantomachia, and now Shigaraki's using the same one to talk to him, and Giganto's all like, yes, master! About 80 kilometers from Jakku Hospital, Gunga Mountain Villa, which is where the other heroes are at, trying to contend with the villains and the rest of the Para-Liberation Front. Whoa, just a sec! Fat Gum! And Fat Gum looks and he notices that Hawk is in his arms, back still smoking from having his whole back incinerated by Dabi. There should be medics in the rear guard! Go there! Roger that! And then Tokoyami just makes off with Hawks in order to get him some medical attention. Whereas the heroes and the villains are still fighting. You okay, Cementos? Yes, I'll bring down that ice mountain in a moment. And before that happens, Mountain Lady comes in and punches where Getten is, because Getten is the one who launched Mountain Lady away from the villa a chapter ago. And she comes in swinging. You jerk, that really hurts! So cubed or crushed, what'll it be? And she starts smashing into the mountain. Follow in Mountain Lady's wake! We're still in control here, so keep rounding them up! Hang on. Didn't you capture Himiko Toga and Mr. Compress? Do we know what quirk All For One gave Shigaraki? Yes. All For One gave his original quirk to him. That's the only quirk that he gave him. Shigaraki has the original quirk of All For One. The quirk All For One itself is in Shigaraki right now. And the quirk that All For One has been using is a weaker duplicate. Let that sit in. Let that settle in. Hang on. Didn't you capture Himiko Toga and Mr. Compress? And before the hero can say anything, he's slashed in the neck by the obvious imposter. Oh no, you're good, Colin. You're good. And this imposter starts slashing multiple heroes in an instant. We got Dabi and Compress. Mister, where's the others? Dabi, where did you run off to? You're meant to be a lieutenant. The whole regiment system doesn't really work when they catch us off guard. Anyway, want to blow this joint? I really believe Twice was killed. Alas, I tried but failed to stop her, even though jumping into the fray was tantamount to suicide. I'd never seen little Toga lose her cool like this. Yo, that is running through here, cutting down all these heroes, slashing them all across the neck and every place else. And of course, the thing that makes up her disguise starts slopping off of her.
Hard to keep living. I want a world where I can live nice and easy. A world where a world with just the things I love. But you heroes mess everything up.
And what the heck? Gang Orca's there. And all of a sudden, she's standing there looking at the heroes that she slashed across, but a giant hand comes out of the ground. What the heck is this? Meanwhile, back at the ruins of Jakku Hospital. Yo! Oh! Oh! It's Endeavor! And he's coming in the shine of the sun, coming down on Shigaraki.
Shigaraki! Number 1, you're one heck of a wake-up call.
Next chapter hits June 7th. That's it. That's the end of the chapter. Whoo! Hitakoshi, you absolute mad lad with your god tier art. Whoo! This chapter was good. This chapter was good. What can I say about this chapter? Midoriya trying to stop the decay, but it's not working. So he, along with everyone else, is using their quirks to get everyone out. Can we just talk about how Midoriya just straight out of nowhere is just... I thought he was going to be training his Black Web a little bit more, but no. He gets this burst of adrenaline, and all of a sudden, he's pulling a whole giant freaking bus behind him while carrying multiple people. Like a whole bus! Like a Greyhound bus station bus. And just running away with it. He's not just dragging it across the ground. He's literally dragging it in the air behind him. We got to look at all these other things. Hold on. And then it shows that the machine that was next to Shigaraki was a machine being used to duplicate that quirk-destroying drug that Chisaki made. And most of them are completely ruined. Which means I hope that is the last bit that they can't get their hands on. But it does show one side next to the speech bubble on page 8 through 9 that some of them have not been touched, but the main batch of them is destroyed. And Shigaraki gets on his communicator, talks to Gigantomachia, and Gigantomachia just gets straight amped. And you guys are saying that it was his arm that burst through the ground right behind Himiko Toga. And, well, firstly, if that's Gigantomachia's hand, that joker big, or at least bigger than what he used to be. To take down Shigaraki and Machia is going to probably take a major group effort, some double ace in the hole, something. It has to, because Gigantomachia is literally unstoppable. Like, the fact that he was fighting against Tomura Shigaraki and all the rest of his League of Villains for a month straight, with no rest. Like, he will only sleep like 3 hours and then he can continue on for 48 hours. But the fact that no one has been able to beat him at all. And the fact that he was the bodyguard of All For One. And now he's making his appearance right behind Himiko Toga. Gigantomachia is about to fight, y'all. He's making his move. He heard the call of his master, and now he's about to go to... Mount Lady, I wonder if you got an ace in the hole, because Gigantomachia is nothing like anything Mount Lady has ever faced. Just saying, the dude's an absolute beast. He's the personification of power, right next to All Might and All For One. Those are the three people. And, well, actually, you might as well add Shigaraki into that, because he pretty much just destroyed everything around him, and there's nothing left but dust. But then we got Toga, who's literal, and even this image of her, she's absolutely, her eyes are crazed, like even more than usual. After the death of Twice, she's literally pretty much gone mad. And she's jumped down into the fray with multiple heroes, even though Compress says it was tantamount to suicide. She literally just goes crazy and just starts attacking all of them. Think Boa Hancock when someone injured Luffy during the Marineford War. She just lost all sense of reason and only decided to take down everyone except for that one person, except for Luffy. She literally just went ham on everyone. That's exactly what Himiko did. Just slashing everyone, slashing necks, arms, anything that she can. And they're deep wounds because there's multiple instances where there's tons of blood gushing out of all of her victims. And she's literally lost it. All because Twice died. And that's dangerous for a user who can ingest your blood to impersonate you, and who has just learned and just pretty much evolved her own quirk that allows her to replicate the quirk abilities of people's blood, of the people whose blood she ingests, like she did during the Deka City incident, where she copied the quirk of Uraraka. And when she was fighting that one subordinate of Redestro, she demonstrated the ability to not only look like Uraraka, but also replicate her gravity quirk as well. And that's what she used to kill that member of the Para-Liberation Army. Now, and the thing is with quirks is they tend to evolve in life-threatening situations, or situations that put a massive amount of duress on the user. And since it tends to be like emotionally driven situations that causes people's quirks to evolve in this manner, I feel like her quirk might go even further now, because someone very close to her, someone she considered close to her, is now gone. Literally the one individual that she enjoyed being around. Like she doesn't mind being in the League of Villains because it allows her to fulfill her own sadistic desires, but also because Twice was the only person who actually understood her and actually got along with her the best. And now that her best friend is gone, someone she's close to, her literal sanity anchor is gone. And now she has no one else to connect to on that level. Just got up from your nap. Hey, Diamond Doll. Sorry if you're coming in near the tail end of this, because I'm already going through my review of this chapter, which is phenomenal. Which reminds me, I got to get my outfit on for my reflections, because that's what I'm going to be wearing from now on. But Himiko has now lost the only thing keeping her even emotionally grounded right now. And woe be to any hero that's in her way. But now Gigantomachia is up. He heard the call of his master. It's time to fight. And the last words he hears... Hold on, where is it? This is when we destroy everything. That is the only command. This is the equivalent of Captain America looking at Hulk and said, "Hulk, smash." And this is basically that moment right here. Gigantomachia, smash. And he's about to go down. He's about to throw down with everybody. Sorry if I'm getting kind of livid right now, but this chapter has just got so many callbacks, so many nuances, so many references that you can put parallels to, that it's got me excited. Please forgive me. But this was a great chapter. I told you guys multiple times that the villains were about to make a massive comeback. And now all these chapters, ever since Shigaraki has wake up, it has always been in favor of the villains. Every single chapter, ever since he got down in the lab before it got destroyed, now continuing every chapter has literally and looked on his computer. So wings are connected to him. That we hear Koshi is roll. In the chapter where Himiko glaring at all the heroes and sheds off, and you see this gigantic, massive hand just tear through underground. Wonder why Dob said it is not time to reveal it quite yet. Stories is when the name is when his name is revealed. I feel like it's going to be very linked to what hero versus villains or anyone. But after this, don't know. Right now, he's just chilling with Compress, watching as Himiko Toga and as she fights numerous other. This is scary. When I saw Gigantomachia get up, but now he heard when we destroy everything. This is literally the best news for Giganto right now. Destroy, so I will destroy. This individual, whatever quirk he has, well, gigantification type quirk. I always like to bring up like the quirks individuals. Giant. Let's just do a cap. Do a recap on Gigantomachia's quirk, just so we can get a feeling of where things are about to go from here when he gets involved. All right, so we know he's immensely strong, and the scary thing is, it does not. All right, so overall abilities is a short list, but it's a short and sweet list, and I've read through this before, but even more so now. Overall abilities, Gigantomachia is an incredibly powerful force, able to serve for years as All For One's personal bodyguard, even without being modified with multiple quirks. During a battle with Gran Torino and several officers, he not only forced the veteran hero to retreat, but also tore a massive hole in the side of a mountain. He was able to take on the combined forces of Tomura's League of Villains with ease and defeat all of them, even after battling him nonstop for a month. Half of the League of Villains were barely able to make any progress towards defeating him. On Tomura's own terms, Gigantomachia has too much HP, which he abused to exhaust his opponents to submission. So, whatever big boss out there in the world that has like millions of HP and maximum defense, where you're only taking off one hit point at a time, that's basically how it feels to fight Gigantomachia. Immense strength. Befitting his massive size and build, Gigantomachia has demonstrated immense physical strength, easily being able to crack the side of a building with his grip alone. With a simple hammer fist punch, he could strike the ground hard enough to pulverize the landscape around him and destroy nearby buildings. Literally Hulk smash. Immense speed. Despite his gargantuan size, Gigantomachia possesses tremendous speed, enough to rip the trees out of the ground as he runs past them. Not runs through them, runs past them. The inertia of the wind he generates when he's running has enough force to rip trees out. Immense durability. Gigantomachia has extraordinary toughness, taking virtually no damage after a battle with the League of Villains, and displayed only minor annoyance at being bathed in Dabi's fire, which we have seen to be able to burn anything and everything. And Gigantomachia is annoyed by this. This only annoys him. It don't hurt him. It's just like, this fire that's on me. Get off. Gigantomachia could fight his way through a large portion of the Meta Liberation Army unharmed, despite being attacked on all sides. Immense stamina. Gigantomachia can attack non-stop for 48 hours and 44 minutes straight without rest. 48 hours and 44 minutes straight without stopping. He could start attacking again after only 3 hours of sleep. So the only way you could even cause him to stop attacking is you have to wait. You have to fight him for 48 hours and 44 minutes straight without resting. And then he'll fall asleep. But he'll only stay asleep for 3 hours. And then the whole process starts all over again. Enhanced senses. Gigantomachia has highly developed senses of hearing and smell. His senses are so strong that he cannot be caught by surprise even while he's sleeping. Literally My Hero's version of Observation Hagi, but it's because Gigantomachia's senses are that strong. His sense of smell is powerful enough to allow him to locate Tomura from miles away. Size enhancement. Gigantomachia's body grows in battle as he fights, allowing him to eventually reach giant sizes where he can fit an entire adult man within his hands and tower over buildings. This is an individual who is on the side of the villains. The only other person we have that can reach that size is Mount Lady. I'm sorry, but she's got some trouble coming her way if Gigantomachia goes after her first. The extent of this growth and how it relates to his quirk is unknown. Maybe we'll see when this fight comes on. Won't be able to tune in today. This is What If MHA. Oh, okay. It's fine. You'll be able to watch the video later because I'm coming up on the end of it. Let's face it, the hero. Unfortunately, the villains have a lot of pull on their side. Now, mind you, I'm not trying to downplay the heroes, but the villains who have been given the short end of the stick all this time have been dealt defeat after defeat. They now got some major players on their side. And now they're about to make their move with their pretty much big boss somewhere else saying that, hey, bodyguard who's nigh indestructible and nigh unkillable and nigh unstoppable, it's time to destroy everything. The heroes have the number advantage, though. They beat many villains. Hey, I'm just saying, I'm not downplaying any of the heroes because it could go either way, but the villains are looking like they got the upper hand right now. The only way we're going to figure out how all this culminates is when we see some more of these chapters. And where's the page that says how tall he is? It doesn't give the information. It doesn't give any real information on him. It just says he's an enormous individual about the size of a large tree. Parts of his body to be jagged, much like rock. His teeth are prominently pointed, lower canines protruding out of his mouth on either side. But now he wears a new set of armor. Scary. If Deku was a Saiyan, he could turn to Great Ape and at least try and fight Machia, but it's not DBZ. Deku needs to learn float. So mad, but I think Endeavor can beat Shigaraki. At this point, I don't know what to work against him. You would have to be like a long-range quirk user in order for the range to fight from long range. Deku is pretty much the best matchup for Shigaraki because if he learns Nanashimura's quirk float, then Shigaraki's decay won't, because like I said last time, Shigaraki is basically like type Pokemon, whereas Endeavor and Midoriya are flying types. And ground type moves can't work on flying types because they're flying. Got hiccups now. But don't know. We don't know what Shigaraki will do to be able to fight at long range instead of touching things all the time. He may learn some new tricks, especially since he has All for One's quirk. So it's not like his decay quirk is the only thing he has. He has the All for One quirk in him. So if he learns how to steal quirks and take some long-range quirks from long-range quirk users, that could throw that whole theory out the window. Remember, he has All for One on top of his decay. Literally the most OP villain quirk in the history of My Hero. Wait, if the heroes beat the villains, does that mean MHA will end because there's no one left to beat? Well, like I said many times ago, this is the story of how Midoriya becomes the #1 hero, but we don't know we don't know if it ends when he becomes #1 hero or if it continues after after that? We don't know. It's too soon to say because we're still in the middle of complete global devastation. That's pretty much what's going on right now. But this chapter was phenomenal. I'm not going to keep this going any more longer than I have. This chapter was amazing. Really amazing. And we're not going on break. I'm happy. Oh, I'm happy. My Hero is really filling that niche right now for all of us manga readers right now. It's phenomenal. Hirokoshi said he was going to end it at volume 30, but he decided that it will end no time soon. I'm going to predict MHA will have 350 chapters at best. Probably lower, though. When Deku becomes #1, it's not going to end because Hori said he wanted to go as long as One Piece. So, there's really no end in sight, is there? Because One Piece is still ongoing and people are still saying that we have 5 more years worth left of One Piece. 4 to 5 more years. And My Hero Academia just came out like, what, 2 years ago? One Piece has been going on for over 10 years. Hirokoshi could go 1,000 chapters. Well, One Piece is getting close to 1,000 chapters. We just went through chapter 980, 2014 for My Hero Academia. Okay, so it's pretty much been going on for roughly about 6 years. Roughly, close to around about 6 years. Roundabout. But imagine if you witnessed the story of adult Deku. That'd be something. But so we're probably going to read My Hero Academia until Deku dies. It's too soon to say such things. I'm just putting it out there that My Hero Academia is one of the best mangas out there right now. If you've never read this series, which I doubt some of you may have, I doubt some of you haven't, because most of you guys here know the story that's going on right now. But if there's anyone out there, if you're watching this for the first time, if you've never read through My Hero Academia or seen the anime, both are phenomenal. They're great. Both the sub and dub. The story is amazing. Read through it. It's great. It changed my life, real talk. It's the same way that One Piece changed my life, because I wouldn't be doing half the stuff I'm doing on my channel if it wasn't for One Piece. But such a great series. I'm not going to go any further than this. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you're watching this as a video when it uploads. Let me know what you thought of this chapter as a whole. This is phenomenal. The fact that Endeavor's just going straight for Shigaraki right now. What's about to happen? So this is not the final battle. Not even close. Not even close. But phenomenal chapter. 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, the absolute plus ultra of chapters. That's all I got for you guys. So thank you all for coming out to see me today. I'm going to start up my One Piece reflections in a moment once I, get dressed and everything for it. It's going to be short because we only got 2 chapters to go through, but thank you everyone for coming out and see me today. You guys didn't have to, but I'm thankful that you're here. You help make this channel great. Not just the stuff that I upload, but you being here and making this a welcome community that I've been creating. It's all thanks to you guys. It really is. I can't thank you guys enough, and I'll continue to thank you until I no longer have breath in my body, because you guys do so much for this channel. I really do. I really do mean it. This channel wouldn't be here if it wasn't people like you enjoying it and telling other people about it, and me being able to entertain more people, which I'm going to continue to do. The numbers are going to keep growing, and the more people I entertain, I'm just going to put more and more hard work into it. But overall, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, Later, peoples.